Morgan of SunWest Mortgage is here to change the world of loan originations forever. From sending updates to your clients to allowing you more time, you can do it all in a simple chat. You no longer have to struggle with documents. All you need to do is select the files and upload them, and they're submitted in an instant along with your loan file. With SunWest, your true home is always within.
Welcome to The Interest. I'm Sarah Wolak. Unfortunately, layoffs continue to happen as we reach the end of the year. We'll have more of those details coming up. But there are ways to find success even as the market continues to slow. Editorial Director Christine Stewart spoke with a top executive with online brokerage Morty about how to work with customers in the current environment.
Consumers are still very much involved in the market.
Home sales are dropping, but that doesn't mean buyers aren't interested. Robert Heck of online broker Morty says buyers are still looking. They're just trying to figure out a confusing market.
Given the market volatility this year, it's really, really difficult even for us as industry insiders to know which direction the market's going to be going.
That confusion is not from a lack of trying. Heck says buyers seem as educated as they've ever been on a market that ebbs and flows.
I've definitely seen a noticeable trend of normal consumers following Federal Reserve meetings and updates to interest rates.
But they need coaching. Some may want to get the same deal friends and family members got last year. Even now, consumers have sticker shock when they see the prices and rates.
I think there's almost a opportunity cost component, or just people feel like they missed out a little bit.
So how do you help them? For starters, let them know it's nearly impossible to time the market and buy at the perfect moment. Instead, educate them on what their options are.
Helping consumers understand all of their options, really getting into the nitty-gritty and the details on the different loan programs.
Also, be willing to meet the customers where they are. Morty says it's processed over $1.2 billion in loans, with licenses in 46 states, and all the transactions are online. But even there, homebuyers sometimes want personal interaction and guidance, not just a number cruncher.
I think goal at the end of the day is really the access, the affordability, the education.
You can hear more from Heck on The Principal, the Mortgage News Network's daily podcast, available wherever you get your podcast. For the Mortgage News Network, I'm Christine Stewart.
Thanks, Christine. And now to those layoffs. Title insurance company Doma Holdings is unfortunately the latest company making layoffs. According to an SEC filing, Doma plans on cutting 40% of its staff, equivalent to 515 positions. A spokesperson from Doma confirmed the position reductions and said that any decision to part with even a single teammate is a difficult one, and this was no exception. The company stated its reasoning for the layoffs as a cost-saving strategy. Last quarter, Doma reported a net loss of $84 billion, which was 43% more than the quarter prior. Coming up, Ginnie Mae tells Congress investors seem to love changes made to the VA loan program.
Don't miss the largest regional mortgage show in the nation. The New England Mortgage Expo returns to Mohegan Sun in Connecticut, January 12th and 13th. See us at www.nemortgageexpo.com. Start your year with the best connections in the industry. Dozens of sessions, scores of exhibitors. It's where success is written every hour. www.nemortgageexpo.com.
Welcome back. It seems the VA loan program is popular with investors right now, at least according to Ginnie Mae. The government-owned company told Congress in a recent report that the VA program has strong liquidity, in part thanks to changes made to make mortgage-backed securities with VA loans more attractive. Ginnie Mae and its investors noticed a wave of prepayments in 2016, and the company was worried some of those prepayments were situations that were not in a homeowner's best interest. So, Ginnie Mae worked with the U.S. Department of Veterans Affairs to address the problem. The two agencies specifically made changes to rules around cash-out refis to make sure veterans were only doing this when it benefited them. Of course, rates plummeted after the changes, so it's too early to tell just how effective those changes are. But Ginnie Mae tells Congress its investors love the VA loan right now. VA loans are making a larger portion of Ginnie Mae issuances, growing from 23% of MBS issuances in 2011 to 45% last fiscal year. Still, Ginnie Mae says the work must continue to protect this growth. The company suggests ongoing partnerships with both the VA and CFPB to see if more changes are needed again in the future. We'll be right back with what else is interesting. Welcome back. Here's what else is interesting today. A lawsuit against Equity Prime Mortgage over a failed $6 million racing sponsorship has been thrown out by a federal district court judge in Florida. The judge signed an order to dismiss the lawsuit on Wednesday, stating that the stock car racing team had failed to establish the court's jurisdiction. The lawsuit was dismissed without prejudice, which means it can be refiled later in the proper venue. The lawsuit filed this week by Jesse Awuji Motorsports says EPM signed a sponsorship deal with the race car team in 2021, but stopped making payments this October. The lawsuit claims the racing team got a call from an EPM executive saying they got a margin called and were suffering due to high mortgage rates. A partner with EPM denied there was a margin call today, but declined to comment on the lawsuit. For more on these and all of today's top stories, go to mortgagenewsnetwork.com.